I came back early from a weekend getaway with my girlfriends, hoping to surprise my husband. But the surprise was on me. I caught him on the phone saying things I can't unhear. Marriage? Man, it's a disaster. Every morning I wake up regretting it. If not for her dad's money, I'd be long gone. Just a week ago, we renewed our vows. He cried during the ceremony, called me the love of his life. I didn't say anything, just walked away and came back later, pretending I had never left early. 5 days later, he called me 27 times in 1 hour. He knows. I'm writing this on my phone, sitting in the bathroom with the shower running so Luke won't hear me cry. Everyone else in the house is asleep. I've deleted and rewritten this message over and over. Luke and I have been married for 3 years. He always seemed different from the other guys I knew from my family's circle. My family's well off, not insanely wealthy, but I've never had to worry about bills. Luke's from a middle-class background. We had a small vow renewal last weekend, just close friends and family. He teared up reading his vows. Everyone said we were picture perfect. I had gone to Charleston with my college girlfriends. Spa days, wine tastings, rooftop bars. We'd been planning for months. But the trip quickly fell apart. Food poisoning, sudden work issues. So we decided to cut it short. I thought I'd surprise Luke. He always sends me pouty selfies when I'm away, saying he misses me. I grabbed his favorite local nachos and a few bottles of the IPA he loves, ready to make his night. I entered through the garage so I wouldn't alert him. As I stepped in, I heard him upstairs in his gaming room talking on the phone. I crept up quietly. That's when I heard him say it. Every day I regret marrying her. Her family's money is the only thing keeping me here. I froze. I waited, thinking he must be joking. But there was no laugh. He kept talking about how he had to fake his feelings in front of my family at our vow renewal. Said he deserved an award for the performance. Then he laughed. A real, genuine laugh. He called me the money wife. Said once my dad brings him into the family business, he'll have better options. That's all I was to him, a financial stepping stone. I don't know how I kept it together, but I backed down the stairs, took the food and beer, and drove off. Sat in my car for 2 hours, sobbing. Lied to the food place when I returned the order. Lied to my friends, saying I was staying at a hotel near the airport for work. Every memory felt poisoned. The cheap dinners he insisted on paying for. The reluctance to let me help with his student loans. The dreams he never chased until my dad started opening doors. I used to believe we were building something together. Turns out, it was all just business to him. For the next few days, I acted like everything was normal. Kissed him, talked about my trip. Slept beside a man who thinks of me as a financial safety net. I started digging, checked our accounts, found small but frequent withdrawals, a few hundred here and there, just low enough to avoid a conversation. Is he planning to leave? Is he already seeing someone else? I haven't told anyone yet. My dad adores him, treats him like a son. It would crush him to know the truth. But I've started leaving breadcrumbs. A browser tab with my private account open. A casual mention that my dad's reevaluating his business plans. I've distanced myself a little, booked a plumber for the leaky sink instead of waiting on him. When the plumber came, Luke looked stunned. I just said, "You've been busy." The calls started after that, 27 calls in 1 hour. When I finally picked up, he was frantic. I played it cool, told him I was at Target. His silence said everything. That night, I typed this out again, wondering what my next move should be. Do I confront him now, or do I plan? My name's on the mortgage, but he's on the deed. Everything's tangled. A part of me wants to shout the truth, but another part wants to outplay him at his own game. I'll act. Slowly pull back. Watch. Prepare. Let him think everything's fine, until it's not. He lied for 3 years. Maybe I can manage a few weeks. It's been 2 weeks since I overheard that call. 14 days of pretending to be the wife he wants while quietly gathering everything I need to leave. I made a checklist because when I'm anxious, I make lists. Secure my money, collect proof, map out my exit, build a support system without revealing too much, too fast. Step 1. I upgraded the security on my private bank account, changed passwords, added voice verification, and instructed the bank not to disclose anything without my approval. Then I started transferring small amounts from our joint account to mine. Just little sums, nothing that would set off alarms. Luke had suggested a weekend away to reconnect. I said yes, but proposed we go to my family's cabin instead of the resort he had in mind. His face fell for a second before he forced a smile. The resort clearly appealed to him for reasons beyond reconnecting. The cabin has poor reception. Luke spent the weekend pacing around the dock, holding his phone to the sky, desperate for a signal. I overheard him telling someone he was going nuts being stuck out here and that he'd make it up to them soon. Who was on the other end of that call? When we got home Sunday night, he said he needed to make a quick trip to Walmart. He was gone 2 hours. No charges at Walmart, but a $60 tab at a bar on the other side of town appeared. I'd told him during the trip that my dad might be stepping back from business due to health reasons, completely fabricated. Luke spent an hour afterward asking suspiciously detailed questions about family finances. That's when it all became clear. His motives, his mask, everything. I went through his nightstand, something I never thought I'd do. I found a prepaid phone, hidden. One contact, M. Dozens of texts arranging meetups, talking money, discussing the long game. One message said, "Just 2 more years and we're set." 2 more years until what? I took pictures of everything, returned everything to its place. Now I'm playing the same game he played with me, except I'm better at it. I've changed my tone. Act a bit distracted. Mention vague conversations with our family attorney. Luke's unraveling. He snooped through my iPad and found searches I planted. Husband cheating signs and how to close joint accounts. His reaction? A weird, over-the-top compliment about dinner that didn't even match what I was cooking. Household chores he's ignored for months, suddenly getting done. The fridge, the porch light, the squeaky door. He's patching up everything, as if fixing a table leg fixes our broken marriage. Only one friend knows, Maya. She's been my anchor. Helped me create a new email account, document everything, hide essentials at her place. Last week, Luke surprised me at work with takeout. First time in 3 years. Said he missed me, but spent the entire meal interrogating me about a conversation he'd overheard. I'd mentioned big changes, referring to redecorating. He thought I was talking about us. That same day, I accidentally left printouts of his bank withdrawals on the desk. He saw them. That's what triggered the 27 calls. When I answered, he acted breathless. "Is everything okay? Are we okay?" I told him I'd just been busy with work. "Why would anything be wrong?" I asked. Long pause. Then, "No reason. I love you." I replied, "I love you too." A lie. Since then, he's gone into full survival mode. Daily flowers, pleas for counseling, random texts saying how much he cherishes me. But never once, never, does he mention money. He knows that's what this is really about. I moved the last of the funds, transferred family valuables to Maya's under the pretext of helping her with an art project. I met with a lawyer, a new one. Not the family attorney Luke knows. I've collected evidence, secured access, and prepped for every possible outcome. Last night, he hugged me in the bathroom, started crying, said he felt me slipping away. For a second, I almost gave in. But then I remembered his laughter that day on the phone. I patted his arm and said I was just tired. Then I mentioned we might have to cancel the New York trip next month. He perked up fast. Guess luxury heals heartbreak. He proposed we renew our vows again, for his family this time. Said it would bring us closer. I smiled and said, "Maybe next year."